that 7.83.
Debuted back in 1996 when the kid took this category by storm. The crowds love him. His talent is supreme. And now he sits at the top of the list. And this is one for the record books. The People's Champion, Craig Lowndes, 91 career victories. And right now in this new era of Australian motorsport, Craig Lowndes drives into the history books.
Craig, how are you? Great to see you. Welcome to Holden.
Thank you.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Come and see your new car.
Yes, please. Looking forward to it.
It's spectacular.
Hey Craig, how you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a surprise for you. So if you stay there, we'll just unveil the car for you. Nice, beautifully detailed car. I mean, you can see it's nice and low. The Brembos, the big black wheels.
Yeah.
The decal pack.
Forward Jets.
Yes.
Haggerty.
Hey, how are you? How are you? Great.
Did all the work on the car for us.
Another thing we included was the red grill surround like your race car has.
Yes, I noticed that.
Yes.
Sort of, got a bit of a touch of the race car in it. It's great.
Just a small touch, but yeah.
Cool interior as well. Beautifully detailed. The sports seats, black on black interior.
Yeah.
Makes it special.
I love the look of the car and what you've done to it, but I just think maybe a personal touch, a signature on the dash.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea, Craig.
How about that?
Cool.
Awesome.
Before we walk around this magnificent car, let me fill you in how this all come about. Now, after 20 years, which is pretty hard to believe, being with Holden, it's one of my proudest moments to stand here beside this concept car and to work very hard with the engineers and designers to come up with what I think is one of the best high-performance Holden cars there is going to be out there. Now, you've got to start with the red line car. That's the most high-performance Holden product they produce. So underneath this magnificent car, the red line breathes a lot of engineering excellence. And of course, for me, going to be very proud to be able to drive this around day to day, taking the kids to school and doing weekend trips. So let's take a walk around and I'll show you exactly what's in it. Let's start talking about some of the detail. Under this hood, it's all red line running gear, the highest performance that Holden produce. 6-litre V8, 6-speed manual or auto, comes in red and black, which is my favourite, or white and black. I'd go red and black. Essendon's my favourite team. Let's start with the front of the car. Obviously the blackout treatment of the lower and upper grille. And of course you can see the colour coding red around the outer of the grille, which is something I insisted, a little bit resembling the race car. But as we move up and over the bonnet, these blackout, two-tone, matte black to the gloss, and of course as you can see the highlighted 6-litre V8 which is under this hood. But as we walk around the car, we come a bit further around. Now I'm really excited to be able to show you this piece of the car. It's a gloss black painted roof. It's not a wrap and it comes straight from the factory. And of course this is over the red base of the car. And this really gives it a great presence on the road. It gives it a bit of mongrel, a bit of meanness to it. And I'm really excited to be able to tell you this is the first time Holden have been able to do this. As we walk around the car, you'll notice a forged alloy 20-inch wheel at the front. Now they're a 20 by 8.5 front and a 20 by 9 on the rear. So a 245 low profile tyre and a 275 low profile tyre on the rear. With those wheels, we've got forged alloy rims, which are lightweight, but underneath them, you'll see the Brembo brakes. They're a standard front. We're going to go to a bigger rear brake. As we walk down the car, you'll also notice there's not much chrome on it. Normal redline cars come a lot with chrome trim. The flute, of course, that was something that I insisted we black it out, give it a little bit more status, especially when you're driving down the road. As you walk further back, you'll see these stripes down the bottom, great looking signature. And again, on a Redline edition car, you normally would have chrome handles. With this, colour coded to match the car. Another set of beautiful 20-inch rear wheels. We'll talk more about the rear brakes, so I'm really excited about that. Walk around the car, we get into the rear spoiler. So to finish off the exterior of the car, we come to the back of it. And this is where, for me, it all comes together. You've got a black bonnet, gloss black roof, black spoiler, and down below here, we've painted it out. The insert down the bottom really gives it that balance. And when you take a step back, you really can see the balance in the car. It's got this great colour coding that goes on. And when you're out on the road, it's got that mean stance. It's got a presence. It's a statement. And for me, this is what the exterior is all about. But we're going to go back to the front, we're going to lift the hood, and we're going to go back to the heart of the car, the 6-litre V8. Now under the bonnet, this 6-litre V8 engine. And as you can see, this engine cowling has been colour-coded to the car. So when you're showing it off to your friends at home, when you lift the bonnet, it just sets off the engine itself. Now every one of these cars are going to be individually numbered. Now, not surprisingly, I happen to have the first one here, which is my one. And this is the plaque that you will see on this strut tower. And they'll be placed on the driver's side, just like that. For me, it's great to be known and have that build number 1.
So here we are now driving the beast. It's something that I'm very excited about, that I've been able to show you all the external componentry under the hood, but now to actually finally test drive the car, for me is, look, it's a dream come true. To be able to work with the guys within Holden design group, the engineering group, and now to finally drive the car and feel the beauty of what's been created. Obviously, the foundation is the Redline edition, which is their highest performance and luxury car. And to be able to put a little tweaks and twists on it, for me now driving it, you can feel the steering's quite positive, it's smooth, it's quiet, but then when you do get up it, it's got a bit of a bark and a roar. So for me, it's got a bit of a great balance between able to driving through the city, going to and from work, doing your day-to-day stuff, then of course on a weekend when you're on your own, and that inner little child comes out in you and you go up through some forestry hills, the car performance is unbelievable. Once you do get up it, the brake package, I think, for me is quite remarkable. Going around roundabouts is it's just got a nice feel. It sits on the road quite flat and smooth. Very nice feel through the steering wheel. One thing that amazes me is about the technology and how it's improved is park assist. So to be able to put it in reverse, let the car do its work and find a car park is very, very handy at certain times. Obviously the heads-up display, also very handy to have, especially when you're trying to look around, looking for an address, looking for a street. Don't want to be always looking down at your speedo and obviously through your 20 and 30 and 40 kilometre zones. The heads-up display is fantastic to be able to keep obviously a check of your speed. Other things is the passive entry. Again, another great Redline addition. To be able to just grab the door handle and be able to access the car, I think is fantastic to be able to have that as a part of the feature. Other parts of the feature of the car is something that, again, technology just blows my mind. So remote start. So now walking to the car, you can start the car, get it heated up if you live in Victoria. I live in Queensland, so to be able to have the AC going, so when you get in the car, the climate control takes over and it's a perfect temperature every time. Warms the engine up, which is obviously very important to get going as quick as you can. The other great feature is obviously communication, and we all like to talk, and to have voice-activated ability to be able to call people, again, is a great addition to the red line. I remember back, my first car was a club sport. It was a HSV VS, and then to drive a car like this now in a current era has been quite amazing. To see the upgrades, the improvements, you know, the gearbox, how nice it is to change and select, it's more positive. The braking, the acceleration, all the electronic aids, the steering wheel, the ergonomics of the car are so much nicer now to drive than what it was 20 years ago. And for me, it's a passion. I love cars. Why I drive and race cars, but for me, just be able to have the adjustability within everything. There's, you know, the steering column, the seats, you know, and to have the air conditioning and all the radios, all the stuff you don't find in a race car. For me, driving around on a street is so much more pleasurable than what it is on a race car. And for me to be part of all that, in the sense of building this very unique limited run of you know, these Lowndes edition cars, knowing where Holden unfortunately is going in the future, this is a great opportunity to buy part of history and the passion that goes into the builds through the engineers, the manufacturers, and again all the guys within Holden is quite incredible.